I want you guys to imagine this scenario for me. Imagine that you just bought a brand new car, like a brand new, I don't know, Honda or Hyundai, whatever you want to buy. It doesn't really matter. You just bought a car straight new off the dealership. You paid entirely in cash. It is everything's all the way paid for. You just bought your car. It is now yours. You are able to sit there and drive it for about a month. It works great. It works fine. You are enjoying your time with it, and you have no complaints. A month later, the dealership then sneaks into your house and installs a means of stopping you from putting any kind of illegal super enhancements onto your car. Like you can't put nitro on it, stuff like that. And they do this against your will, and they just hard force into your car, and there's absolutely nothing you can do to stop it. That's effectively what's happening in the video game industry with Bethesda forcing the Nuvo anti-cheat onto people's systems. The people who have bought this game expecting just to get this game are now getting fucked because Bethesda's like, you know what? People aren't hating us enough. Clearly we aren't fucking up enough right now. Let's make them really hate us. I don't know what Bethesda's doing anymore. I really do not know what's going through their heads. They have Doom Eternal did amazing. Doom Eternal did great. Doom Eternal's still doing amazing and great. The fact that they even are putting out updates for it showcases that. And yet they want to fuck that up for some reason and add in an anti-cheat system that they don't need to add at all because I don't know. I understand they don't want cheaters in their game, which is good, but this cheat system is now fucking over a lot of the normal paying customers. A lot of the normal paying customers who just spent $60 and wanted this single player experience are now being punished. Let's say you have no urge to play the multiplayer. The multiplayer is good, but let's say you have no urge to play it, right? You are now having to deal with a worse experience. If you have this game on Linux, it doesn't work on Linux anymore. You now have to deal with frame rate issues. You have to deal with more or less spyware that your antivirus is trying to get rid of because it forces itself to be on a higher priority than your own kernel systems and your system. So it's effectively spyware. You are effectively downloading spyware onto your computer against your will. We are now at a point where if you want to pirate this game, you are now in the moral right. I understand that you shouldn't pirate games, but if you buy this game, you will be getting an actively worse experience than the people who spend $60. So how am I supposed to feel bad about pirating games when the pirate versions are literally the definitive better versions? If I just want to play single player Doom, I am punished by paying for this service because then I had to deal with frame rate issues. And in a snap trigger shooter game like that, frame rate is not something that you can deal with. You'll be taking hits that you can't normally take. Apparently the AI is now broken for certain demons. The lag just between switching, when you're trying to switch to guns quickly, sometimes the button pressures won't register because of the lag. So here we are, and you have to just sit there and say, if I want to get this full experience, I have to pirate. If I want to get the full experience from the game that I personally bought, I had to pirate. Bethesda, stop. Stop. Please. You don't need any more bad press. Don't do this to yourselves. Just stop while you are ahead. Either way, I just wanted to get my quick thoughts on this out nice and fast. If everyone out there has anything to say, feel free to comment. I want you to have a good morning, evening, day, or night, wherever you're at. But for right now, I'm out. God, how depressing. Later.
Hold it! Here comes a new challenger!
Oh, you thought I was done? You thought I wasn't going to talk about anything else? About Bethesda? Well, so did I. And then literally about an hour after I finished writing up this first part, I was thrown at more information about Bethesda continuing to fuck something up, with Bethesda now adding a season pass to Fallout 76. Mind you, we are still at the point where that game isn't finished. Some of the same bugs that have been there since day one are still in the game. and they either refuse or have the inability to fix them. But let's push this season pass, and you know how it is with season passes. But unlike other season passes, this isn't a fully priced, supposedly finished game. Remember at the start when Fallout 76 was getting announced, I'm like 99% sure that one of the things that Pete Hines directly said is that there'd only be cosmetics. There wouldn't be any season passes. It'd be a fully finished game. And here we are in 2020. The game still isn't finished. We have pay to win mechanics, and now they're getting a season pass for a game that clearly doesn't need it and or deserve it. But go off, fam. I know people are tired of hearing about Fallout 76, but we cannot be melancholy about this kind of thing. That mindset of being like, oh, whatever, just talk about the next thing, is exactly the mindset that video game publishers want us to have. Because the moment we have that mindset, they've won. They've won, and that means they can just keep pushing the envelope to the next biggest thing. We laughed off horse armor 10 years ago. We were like, oh my god, everyone stop talking about the horse armor. And now here we are in 2020, where content is being time gated, where content is being locked away, not even content, but we're constantly being lied to. And because we have a mindset of, oh, we should just be okay with it, things have now gotten so much worse. Do not let these companies up. We need to keep bitching about the problems these games have, and we cannot let them continue to get away with their greed, because we didn't complain about it enough back in the day. And now here we are in 2020, having pay-to-win mechanics in our games, constantly being lied to at all times, paying for achievements, paying for save files, paying for cosmetics, all the stuff that used to be standard and completely possible to still be standard. Cheat codes used to be standard. Cosmetics in games used to be standard. Fully finished products used to be standard. And again, we didn't put up enough of a fight. So yes, we need to keep complaining about anything these companies do every single time. Because you might not want your games to be better, but I do. Now, for real this time, I want you all to have a good morning, evening, day, or night. But for right now, I'm out. Later.